Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to So Crypto, your home for Crypto TA. I am your host Martin, and today we're gonna look at markets crashing. Now, if you're catching this from live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. I really want to know what you're thinking. Also, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news and technicals, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and that bell. That way you will be notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us whenever the stream is done, join us on the Discord. Links we'll be going out here shortly. How's it going, man? Thank you all for being here. Andrew, what's up, my friend? Thank you for being here, man. And let's get rolling, right? Let's start looking at crypto, man. Things are not looking hot, right? Things are not looking hot for crypto. Yeah, let's go there, man. What's good? Well, yeah, a lot of things here in the market. We're still dropping. We were looking for some bullish divergence, trying to see if it was going to hold. Guess what? Didn't hold. Dropping another 5% yesterday. And guess what? Still dropping today. Dropping below 1.03 trillion. Guess what? There's really not a lot of support here now. Now we do have that bullish divergence where we're anchoring to negative momentum. But guess what? That negative momentum island is just starting to build, so it's not really there. Again, strong bullish divergence while being oversold. That is good. That tells us that we should be looking for action to the upside. Oversold. Strong bullish divergence again, potential for moving up. We should be looking at least reclaim 1.03 trillion and then maybe try to go for 1.2 trillion dollars. But man, it's not looking hot, right? I mean, right now we're in that zone that if we drop, we're losing crypto being $1 trillion asset class, and we could be going to 761 billion dollars, right? That is it, man. That is it, man. Things are not looking hot. I told you guys there's no market. I've been saying it for a while. Told you all just start getting out of crypto since 37,000, right? So hopefully all hit the warning, and you know, I know there's a lot of people having hope, but I think this could still go down to 20s now, right? Let's go check out Bitcoin, man, dropping yesterday, losing 6%. Right now losing another 1.92%, man. Not looking too hot for the day. Where we're dropping to? Well, to this area here, and we're still now creating that strong bullish divergence for potential action to the upside. And again, with that, we could be looking for a bounce. RSI, similar thing happening, except that this one that we're looking at here is no longer there, and the one that we're looking for is this one here. Not oversold like market cap, but sold 31.71 on the RSI. Again, bullish divergence, looking for that movement up. This now starting to look a little bit like a falling wedge here in this portion. Not the hottest looking falling wedge by any means, but you know, it's the only thing that we have to go on that could kind of be bullish, right? And I told you guys, oversold markets could stay oversold, and you know, even talking about fear and greed and told you that didn't mean anything, dude. We could still be here and be pushing the fear and greed index farther down every day. It's just not going to go lower. You know, we're just going to keep on moving around this area, and we're just going to keep on dropping. What's up, Dave? Thank you for being here, man. 4-hour chart. Dropping more, right? Dropping more. Look at that. Boom. That still goes there. I mean, it feels like we're grasping for stuff, but there should be some bullish divergence developing. Sold, oversold at 24.23 again with that potential for moving up on the 4-hour, man. I mean, not really hopeful in crypto right now. Been telling you guys since 37K, man, that things are not looking hot, right? So dropping here, more negative momentum, lower on the RSI here as well. So here we don't have anything that is bullish right now, right? At least I don't think. Let's measure 24.47, 24.35, slightly lower. We need to start getting some recovery, man. It's not going to be good, right? Where we're at, it's a quick drop. It's a quick drop, right? To 23K. If we go to this here area, man. Yo, Ugo, what's up, dude? Not a lot, man. Market's dropping. Stuff that we talked about, right? Talked about being below this level, right? Talked about being below 28,000. And what if we broke below that area where we'd go 26,000? Guess what? It didn't even hold, man. It didn't flinch. So now we're looking at 24,900. That is the next area that we could be looking at as support. Man, talk about crypto being in the mid 20s, right? Y'all remember we said after being at the highs and breaking the parabolic advance, we're looking for an 80% retrace. That gets us to 12,000s, right? Now, it would not be weird if we went there. It's done it in the past. The last 2 times crypto has dropped, it has dropped 80% in value. So, you know, we can look at it historically. Just so you know, we're not BSing here. Let's get the log scale here, and let's hide the Bollinger Bands because they're going to skew everything. And let's go here and auto adjust. right? And if we zoom out, right, every time that we've dropped one of these parabolic advances, right, look at that, boom, high to low, that's an 80% drop. Whatever we measure, it's around 85, right, somewhere around there, 87, 86, 85. Depends on how I measure, how far out, and I'm assumed it's a couple percent points, but you know, here 83%, right on the drop upon that second parabolic advance. Guess what? We are breaking this third parabolic advance. Where are we going to drop? 80%. Where's that lead, right? 80% at a minimum. That's what we're looking at. That's 13,000 at 81%, right? 85% gets us 12K. So if we are to repeat history, right? That's 22, 23, 24, 25. There we go, 10K. All right, so if we are to repeat history, we would be looking for a big drop, right? So that's stuff that we've discussed in the past. We've talked about the parabolic advances a long time ago, ever since we determined that we were within a parabolic advance and we're sharding up to here, right, on the all-time highs and whatever. We've been warning, if we do drop out of this parabolic advance, we're going to be, in trouble. So, gets us really wrecked, right? That's it. Gets us really, really wrecked. And that's historically happened twice. Now, nothing ever has to do anything, right? Just because we've done it twice, we don't mean we have to do it again. But that is a likely scenario because that's the only data that we could go from, right? That the last two times that it happened, it just so happened that it dropped 85 and 83%. So maybe this one's around 80, or 81, 82, who knows? But that's what we're looking for. Now, the thing is that there's so many more people now into crypto that FOMO wave getting out could be much stronger and it could drop it farther down than 85%, right? It could be a lot more people. Again, that's speculation. But in theory, if there's more people in the market, a lot of more people want to sell out, that's going to drop the farther down the price, right? So, or maybe the Ethereum merge. So happens this year then. Shoot. How long has it taken, man? That is a good question. So let's see, from here to here, it took this in weeks. So approximately 406 days from that high to the low, right? And then this one here was around 357, so it dropped about 50 days. Do we want to say it's going to drop 50 days from now again and then maybe go about the same level? So if that is the case, again, we're looking at the high here. And we're looking at 300 days then, maybe, right? Maybe if we want to go 350. Yeah, here we go. We're looking at October 2022, right? That's when bottom hits. And we started looking for some kind of recovery. That's what happened here. Bottom hit, came back down to the same bottom. Doesn't mean we have to get out of the bottom, right? This is the lowest point. Year two, lowest point, right? So yeah, if this is the case, man, we're looking around 350 days, and yeah, October. That means that we're in shit creek until October, right? What's up, Elon? Maybe the Ethereum merge just lays everything. What Ethereum merge? Sorry, man, I'm not up to date with the news, but let me know what you're talking about. Is it really hard to keep holding it right now? Like, no. Yeah, dude, the stone, dude. I've been selling, so I told you guys that since 37,000, I've been selling positions, just so I can preserve wealth, and I am able to buy at lower areas of value. That's it. That's the name of the game. So if you guys sell, look, it's a risk, right? You might sell and it just happens that it bottom and then it pumps. And you could have sold higher. But, what happens if it just keeps on dropping lower? Again, you have to weigh your risk. You have to make up your own mind. And you have to have your own plan. Unfortunately, no one can help you out with that but yourself. So if you have a plan, you know what you're doing, then, just make a call, be a grown man or woman or a grown-up person, and just make up your decision, right? Take a stand. If you believe it's going to drop farther, sell and buy back lower. If you believe it's going to pump, then hold, right? But whatever happens, make up your decision and own it, right? That's what trading's about. Ethereum merge probably happens. Well, yeah, but what's Ethereum merging with? So the late drop until after, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, things are not looking hot, right? I'm eyeing around 25 to try to hold 24s, high 24s. If it doesn't, we're looking at, where we talked about those levels, right? 21Ks, 20Ks. That'll get us to where we're closing gaps. Just remember the gaps that need to be filled. There's a gap down here, 23,000, that needs to get filled, right? Has not gotten filled. And if I zoom in here, look. Oh, no, I zoomed in way too much. There's a CME gap here that we haven't filled, and it goes to here, right? 23,500. Could we go down and fill that gap? Yep. And then there's another tiny gap down here, guess where? At 9K. So if Bitcoin does drop 80%, right? if Bitcoin does drop 80%, 85%, and it starts to go for that 12,000, that 10,000, there's no reason why it's not going to take that quick spike, close that small gap at 9K. There's no gaps left. We filled all gaps on the futures trading, and that is it. There's no gaps to the downside. Now we're only looking to fill gaps to the upside, right? So guess what? There's a gap that we just left here. We have a gap here. We have another gap here. Definitely going to have a third gap here, right? So now we have to start looking to gaps that we shall fill to the upside, because all gaps eventually get filled, right? With time. So a lot of people were not thinking, that the gaps here are going to get filled, right? This gap's here. Guess what? We fill them. Now, a lot of people were not thinking that these gaps were going to get filled. Guess what? We might fill them. And some people still don't believe that this gap, there's another tiny gap here at 18,000 before we actually get to that gap at 9K. I believe this was a breakaway gap. I'm not sure we're going to fill that one, man, right? If we drop 80%, we will. But there's a chance that Bitcoin might be trying to bounce around 20K, right? And 21K or so. And that could be a bottom that we're looking for. Right, just remember that 21K might be a bottom. Might, right? It's not saying it's going to be a bottom. It just might be a bottom. All right, cool. Yeah. They're basically shifting. Yeah, I knew they were going to do that. I just wasn't sure what they were merging. The car what's up, dude? I haven't seen in a while. The car you bought last year with crypto gains holding better than it. Yeah, plus with the semiconductor or whatever processor thing, the shortage out there, cars are worth a lot more. Even used cars is stupid here in Mexico. Used cars, instead of depreciating, they've gained value, right? It's like their blue book value, it's much higher than what it should be. It's just weird to see something like that happening. Anyways, guys, yeah, it's crazy out there, man. The game is wealth preservation. Remember that. It's about he who can preserve the most wealth will be, wealthy. If you didn't sell, if you haven't sold, then, it's up to you. It's your call, right? Before we move to Ethereum, I think I have a DAO live here. Sorta-ish. I just want to see where it's at, because, yeah, down, right? Because someone had asked me on the weekend, legit, one of you guys asked me on the weekend, or Friday, after stream, we jumped on a call, and they were asking, why are the traders leaving the shorts open on the weekend? And I said, well, if they're leaving the shorts open on the weekend, that means they believe the price is going to be lower on Monday's opening. Therefore, they are willing to take that risk of leaving the positions open, and come Monday morning, they're going to collect them profits upon the market's dropping. So that is part of the reason that, you see shorts being left open for the weekend instead of closing like they usually do when the markets are in an uptrend. They'll usually trade throughout the week, and then they close them on the weekend because there's a chance the market might rally, and then they're going to get wrecked out of positions. Then, yeah, that's where you see it, right? So if they're leaving the positions open, that means they got a pretty good idea that the market is going to drop farther, and they're going to take advantage of those drops. And as you can tell, yes, the market is dropping farther here, right? We're looking at Dow. This is a live chart. It's open, and it's taking a dive, a 1.27% dive, and that's surprising, right? Let's look at the DXY real quick. We haven't looked at Ethereum. We haven't really looked a lot. We're just talking about the market and dropping and stuff like that. Nasdaq down too this morning. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be bad, right? It's not gonna be good. The dollar gaining some strength, right, on hidden divergence. All right. Kevin, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing good, my friend. I hope you're doing good and healthy, man. Was it 1.5%? I think Dow was dropping around 1 point something, so it's probably close to the Dow, right? They would probably move somewhat similar today, I think. It's just not good for the markets anywhere, right? It's just crappy. Look, Bitcoin going down 2%. Look at Ethereum, dude. It's just bleeding out of its R's. Going down 4.4%, man. Not good, right? Not good here on the daily. Look at that. Dropping. Where's Ethereum? Let's go here. Dropping below 1,600. Remember, guys, I said if we drop there, we're gonna go farther down, and look at that, 1,400. Boom, 1,000. We're dropping here. Next target, man, 1,200. Guess what? Crypto. It's about to stop being a $1 trillion asset class. It's gonna go to $1 billion asset class again. We only have $27 billion to drop before we stop being a $1 trillion asset class. Markets will bottom this week. I'm not sure, man. I think Bitcoin could go to 21K before it bottoms. And maybe, that's a big maybe, depends how it gets there, right? Yeah. Trying to get your horror. All right, awesome, dude. All right, Ethereum dropping more. Bullish divergence still there. We were looking for it. Now we have it, right? We're starting to develop it, just like Bitcoin. Same note. Again, it's the second bar of negative momentum that we're making. So it's starting to develop. Again, we could be looking for a sort of reversal to happen. But guess what? You could still very well drop here. And we'll still have that bullish divergence because we got to drop a lot with a lot of strength for us to make this much negative momentum. And when that happens, you know, we still trigger at a key area of support and start looking for a reversal. So again, that will be an area that I'll be looking for a reversal. Here, we don't have it against the RSI, just against the MACD. And let's go to that 4-hour chart, right? On the 4-hour, look, dropping farther down here. And this is just like hopeful divergence I'm looking for. It is bullish, it's strong bullish. But it's not going to play unless Bitcoin plays ball. Like, if Bitcoin could drop farther, and it's going to, you know, make Ethereum catch the flu, right? Because that's how it works. Like, Bitcoin sneezes and everyone else catches like the worst cold ever, and they just go down really, really bad. So that's what I'm looking for Ethereum. And I mean, if Bitcoin tries to hold a little bit and tries to defend itself, there's a chance Ethereum might try to like rally on this divergence. But I'm really not hopeful, right? I'm not saying it's gonna go there, it's gonna do anything. Yo, what's up, Tristan? Thank you very much for being here, man. How long? I think that's easy, bro. I think if Bitcoin drops, I think we're gonna be hitting it tonight, man. That 1,200, it's almost 1,300. There's really not a lot of history at these levels, right? If we zoom way back out, there's really not a lot of history of Ethereum at this zone, right? Look at that. This is a weekly chart, and so whatever we have are some areas where we believe we might be looking for areas to support. And I'm not really hopeful with the way the market is, because if we go back historically, right, Ethereum has not been at these levels for a long time, right? So that being said, all the supports and resistances that I have drawn are getting tested. And they probably got tested immediately after we broke those areas when we were back here, and they kind of held. That's why we have them. But now they're being tested again, and some of them might not hold, right? That's why I have a couple of lines drawn out there, because we're trying to see which ones are good, right? Like, look at this drop. Boom. It just plummeted through. So all this support that we're looking for here might not be here, except for this one at 1,400, because that's just where we close the day. Right now, we're moving down below that area. And again, we could be aiming for 1,292, 1,261, right? That could be an area for us to hold. Right? We are, again, sold. Oversold at 26.64. Let's go to that 4-hour. On the 4-hour chart, look, if we go here, again, this area here, 1,465, look, 1,500. So this lines that I have on the daily are probably from the 4-hour. I just didn't anchor them. That's why they're not getting respected. But as you can tell here, held, dropped through, right? So maybe on the 1 hour, we're trying to hold here again. Bullish divergence, right? Potential fraction to the upside. Let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, look at that. Boom. Hit, support, boom, drop. Hit, support, resistance. Managed to get through, reject it, come through, plow through here. This area here, this line again here, 1,387. Again, we just haven't closed there. Now we're moving down. So yes, these areas do hold. They just don't look so good on the daily, but on the 4-hour and the 1 hour, they are holding, right? So again, we had some kind of divergence from the something. Now this is a line that we needed to break for us to go some kind of bullish, but we didn't manage to hold, right? Because Bitcoin just crapped on itself, and we're just dropping farther down. Now we are dropping farther down with more negative momentum and slightly higher, right, on that oversold, on that RSI scale. So oversold, slightly less oversold. And with that, we have some strong bullish divergence while being highly oversold. That could be triggering. It's sort of moving up. Again, I'm not going to put a lot of weight on the movement up. All I know is that we need to get above areas, right? We need to start breaking things to the upside, right? Low for Bitcoin was 25K. Drop probably accelerates below. Yes. We've talked about 24,900. I think that's where we have our area. And I told you guys that I will be looking, if we broke below 28K, for Bitcoin to go 26, 25K. I do believe that if we drop below 25K, we're looking at low 20Ks, right? Like 21, 20K. And if we drop that area, man, 12Ks in play. And it's going to probably be fast. By that time, people are probably going to be getting out of the market by the handfuls. And, you know, we're going to be in this stagnation period where we just drop sideways, right? Right on, dudes. So far, one of our calls for our 8 green week was good. We didn't say we're gonna get more, but I did say we needed a break, and we're gonna get a green week, and we got our green week, and I'm happy about that. We're going on the weekly, right? We said this week's gonna be green. Look, we got a green week. Now we have a red week. Are we gonna get continuation? Yeah, we could. We got a kind of like a break here after 9 red weeks in a row, which was, unheard of on crypto until, this time, like when someone came in here and said, yo, man, we never gotten more than 6 red weeks. It's not going to go farther down. And like I said, nothing has to anything, right? But those theories hold until they're broken, right? You cannot say, well, it's never gone more than 6 red weeks. Well, guess what? At some point in time, it's going to have to go more than that, right? It might have to go more than that. And it just so happened that this time we had 9 red weeks. So if that dude, when he came in, we were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we were here, right? Would have heard what I said. He probably would have exited somewhere around here, 34,000, right? Would have saved himself some headaches, right? Retail hasn't panicked yet. Yeah, retail hasn't panicked yet. Yeah. We're getting into dream entry prices. Yes. Yes. I agree. We're getting into good areas of entry, and dropping below 25k is where I sell the last bunch or last big chunk of position, right? And then I'm looking to rebuy probably around the 20s, particularly if it looks as though we're gonna bounce. If it doesn't look like we're gonna bounce, I'm gonna still hold and start getting it again at lower areas of value, because that is what's important, right? You gotta get in at good areas of value, then I'll just start getting back in before 25k, because that's where I exited. So but yeah, Wednesday we get the FOMC statement, and Friday BOJ and auction expiration long ago. Panic. Yeah, again, right? Is there anything that is actually holding up to Bitcoin's dropping? I doubt it. I think everything's in pain. HNT is kind of holding at $7, right? It's not really dropping a lot. And actually, HNT is one of those projects that actually has good real life use. They're using a network, they're building that network, and they're working on that network. It just kind of sucks that Bitcoin is really making all of this tank hard. All right, so ADA. Let's get an ADA, man. Bullish Divergence fell into play, right? Again, here, we're looking for something bullish. We didn't quite get it. We don't have anything bearish yet. We drop farther more. Pressure grade something that is bullish. And neutral sold at 37.45. It is kind of holding, right? Bearish Divergence dropping more. Lower, more negative momentum. Lower still, dudes. This is like hopeful bullish divergence that we're gonna try to see if we can make something out of. But being a realist and looking at the market and how also the stock markets are doing right now before the opening, I would be saying that it's not looking really hot. Oversold at 26.14. 1 hour chart, man. Do we have bullish divergence? We do. Is it gonna play? I'm not sure, man. I think Bitcoin's gonna drop farther down. I got a feeling, right, that the Bitcoin's gonna drop farther down. All right, I was looking for divergence. We don't have it here. That the Bitcoin's gonna drop farther down. I got a feeling. Ooh. Crypto Crab, man, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, it depends on what the Fed says. I really think, crypto being like an anti-monetary policy type of deal, like insurance, so to speak, should be really not caring about what the Fed says, right? I'm not sure. It just feels that way, right? Shedding some limit buys between 35 and 28. All right. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. Again, you know, I think just not the U.S., but you know, economies in general is scared, and we're starting to see, you know, oil prices take hikes, and you know, commodities are going to start taking hikes as well. We know there's going to be a shortage of grains coming in. I mean, I work on an industry that deals with a lot of commodities, so I do get a lot of heads up as to, you know, where the markets could be going. Nothing like inside information or anything like that, but we do get reports, you know, as to where the, you know, commodities have, how much they've risen in price, how much more they're expected to rise, where they're expected to be shortages of, right, like fertilizer and things like that, particularly things that come out of Ukraine and Russia, which again, a lot of the wheat in the world gets produced there. A good chunk of the wheat in the world gets produced there. Also a good chunk of fertilizer also gets produced there, right? So we're seeing things that's happening, right? Great Depression, yeah. Gold should be through the roof, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, groceries are going high, bro. Yeah, I will. I was actually looking for oil. Oil, 119. Look at that. Oh. Yeah, bae. Yeah, remember, guys, I told you we've called targets for oil a while back in a video. I can't remember how long ago, but I said 120, 130, even 150 was possible. Now, it looks as though we're steadily climbing, and we're going to try to get above 130. If we do get above 130, I do believe 150 is going to be real. In play call for oil, and we called that a while back, so just remember that. We need to break 131 again, though. And I believe that then that would be a real possibility. Gold. All right. Gold has bullish divergence, trying to run on that. Not really a lot of strength behind the move. Not cool stuff happening, you know, like any kind of cool, quirky little pattern is just trying to move. Look, that moving down in gold, coming back down to that old resistance line, now becoming support and trying to bounce from it, right? So, but also not a lot going on here, right? Low to high, good morning. All right, some hidden divergence. Yay, we've created some hidden divergence. I think that's about it on gold. I mean, not really hidden bullish divergence. Man, if we're running on this, might not be good, right? Neutral at 49.13. So we're back here again. Bullish divergence, trying to get a rally, and here we do have some divergence that is bearish. All right, bearish divergence, potential fractional downside. About to get that moving down. All right, we'll see. We'll see. The crisis could end the euro or cutting off bigger countries. We'll see the Italian lira back. I'm not sure, man. You know, that is a good. I'm not sure. There's a lot of things that could happen. It just goes to show how manipulated the economy is generally, right? Because under a real free-floating economy, we should not be seeing a lot of these things. It's just due to bad monetary policy. Crypto crap, and yeah, but the 2008 crash was not as bad as, like, you know, the 70s depression, right? I just think, you know, it's we're looking at something a little bit different, and yes, I do believe that a lot of people are going to be struggling to make ends meet, and that's when you have things like, you know, bad HR departments that try to put a lesser value on people's jobs, right? Because instead of paying people more, they want to hire someone with X amount of expertise for less, and as soon as someone takes a job at that price, and everyone that has that, you know, preparation is worth that to the market. All right, so it just kind of sucks. So that's why sometimes HR is one of those evils that the companies invented, saying it's going to protect the workers and the labor force, but, you know, in reality, all they're looking is for the company's interests, right? All HR does is look out for the company's interests. That's it. Make sure they're not going to get sued by the workers and trying to get as cheap as a workforce they can to do the most amount of job possible while, they're, yeah, it's just bad stuff. And, yeah. Gold looks interesting. Yeah, gold looks interesting. Yeah. I think the markets are going to be... I think it's going to be an interesting year. I think it's going to be an interesting year, particularly if Bitcoin drops to, by October to 12,000, 10,000s. It's going to be interesting. Definitely those who have the money will be able to try to buy more crypto. And we're going to see how the rest of the world starts coping with, high prices on a lot of goods, right? And I like a lot of this Russia debacle now seems like, we needed excuses for, the economy to kind of reset, right? So, first thing came, the Rona. Now we have the Ukraine crisis. Now we have the monkeypox or whatever it is that's out there. And, the new hepatitis that's attacking infants. And now we're going to have something else that's going to come out. And all this doing it, I think it's just like a big way to, I'm not going to say it's a cover-up, but it just so happens that it's also timely that all these things are coming out and people are getting scared of other stuff. And that's the reason that the economy is resetting. It doesn't have to do anything with bad monetary policy from the banks. Right? Oh, hells no. It's just all really weird stuff. Right? It just so happens that all of this is bringing out all these faults in the economy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, Carthago. I can't say stuff like that. Yeah. It is a big reset, right? It is a big economy pullback. It's just not, in general, it's just not great, right? Economy's sucking majorly. Economy's sucking majorly, man. Yeah. Asian markets are red. China say might go back to lockdown. Why are you gonna go back to lockdown? Are they getting new cases? Haven't really been keeping up with the news on China. Are they getting more? Are the cases rising and that's why they're going back onto lockdown, or is there something else happening that they're going back onto lockdown for? That's not gonna be good, right? That just means that there's not a lot of people producing. And if a lot of people are not producing, that means there's gonna be a shortage of parts, and that's gonna make things more expensive again, right? Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, man. Where's them Wonder Years? Bring the Wonder Years show back. Just so it all reminds us of the great, not the Great Depression, but the Depression of the 70s, right? Wasn't that what that show supposed to take place? Where the Wonder Years during the 70s while the Depression was going on. Remember that old Mickey Mouse cartoon? Yeah. Yeah, remember those cartoons where they're slicing beans into tiny slices of beans and they're sharing them. Yeah. Yeah. It is stuff, guys. It is stuff that's happening, and it's tough what's going to happen, right? You also see how much, I'm not sure if it happened in the US, but at least here in Mexico, insurance prices went up, dude, because of all the people that claimed insurance stuff because of Corona. We've seen hikes on insurance. Also, credit prices went up like crazy. Why are their credit prices going up like crazy? Well, a lot of people defaulted, and the people that didn't pay, right, and defaulted on their debts, guess who gets to absorb all that? Well, you know, the people that do pay, they tell you, well, guess what? Your annual fee on your card is going to go up X amount of percentage. So they're going to collect more from you that do pay, because, you know, the people that defaulted, they really don't care, and they don't care if they go after them. So that's it. It's just weird, right? Yeah, I agree, man. Making some good market moves is gonna set up a lot of people, man. Right? That's when some wealths are made. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy how much insurance went up. It just shows you how big of a scam, or how big of a Ponzi scheme insurance is. Because, you know, again, I made the point a while back. It's like insurance, right? You pay it, and it's in case something happens. And I can't remember which one was a comedian that made that joke, but in case something doesn't happen, they should give you a bonus. They should reduce your policy and how much you pay. No, but every year you're high risk. You are a higher risk of an accident. You are a higher risk of getting sick. So we're gonna charge you more if you want to be protected against who knows what. But all they do is they collect money from everyone, and all they do is that, well, they spread it between themselves and their workers. And then when someone gets sick, they take whoever money they paid, right? Everyone's money, right? And then they pay that person's bills. So because not everyone's gonna get sick at the same time. So, you know, during the COVID crisis, when a lot of people were getting sick at the beginning, a lot of insurance companies were really, you know, doubting whether or not they're gonna come out of this on top, because they had to pay out a lot of money that they didn't have. They were collecting from other people, right? It's like everyone who doesn't get sick pay, and then when something happens, you know, that everyone's money that's in the pod goes to pay blah. And then everyone keeps on putting money into the pod, and then when someone else gets sick, well, that money goes out and plays blah, right? But if everyone gets sick at the same time, they're not going to have enough money to cover it. So if the whole population goes sick, the insurance companies are going to go broke. They're not going to be able to cover anyone. Yeah. Ooh, that sucks, CryptoCraft, man. We're doing better. Yeah. That sucks. Overall, haul like 100 E. I'm not sure what you mean by 100 E. Ethereum? A 100 E. Savvy was right, 12K incoming. I'm not sure who Savvy is, Daniel. Thank you for being here, man. We've talked about that a long time ago. It was a possibility. All right. Yeah, we talked about that a long time ago, right? That, you know, Ethereum could go down to 12K, particularly if it broke below a parabolic bands. We've been playing around with the idea of a parabolic band since before the all-time highs. And the second time we went to all-time highs, or second spike we had. We said if we drop this curve, we're looking for an 80+%. If that happens, we're looking at 12, 10K drop, right? And it is a possibility. I'm saying it's going to go there, but that's a possibility. I think right now 21K is a bottom that we could be looking for to test. You dumped a ton of NFTs. Yeah, you did good, man. I think it's good. Like if you're de-risking your portfolio, I think that's smart. LQD, is it this one? I'm not sure what LQD you want me to look at, but if it's this, we're just gonna see. iShares iBox, investment grade corporate bond, ETF. All right, taking a massive drop, right? It's not doing good. Nothing bullish. Bearish divergence, hidden right, high point to lower point, low to high. Also here, low to high, hidden divergence, struggling to go higher, right? You know, 100% up is in buying tech this week. Depends on FOMC. Why are you gonna buy tech? Why you believe tech stocks are gonna go up? Yeah. All right. Fed always backstops investment in junk. That's interesting. Yeah, things are not gonna be good, right? And I told you, a lot of people are defaulting on that. A lot of people are defaulting on that. A lot of people are, and a lot of companies now are trying to give you more credit cards because they need people to absorb. They want to position that. Hey, War, what's up, dude? Remember what we talked about on Friday? That people were not closing the shorts because the markets were probably gonna go down. I think that's what's happening, right? Look at where the Dow's live right now, right? Dropping a bit. This is what I was telling you. Right? If they didn't close their shorts, it's because they believe it's a good chance the market's gonna be lower by Monday. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. Now, come opening bell, things could shift, and we might be bottoming and trying to bounce a bit. But I think they're gonna be taking advantage of this drop that we're seeing, right? There's a couple more points they made on their shorts. All right, looking at least at a 1.37 potentialized by you know however much leverage they're using, but yeah, I think that's part of the reason that we saw those shorts stay open on the weekend, right? And yeah, they probably had some information. The markets were still going to be bad, and yeah, that's what they played on. Now, not all this loss, there's some bullish divergences starting to develop. I'm not sure if it's going to trigger yet because we're starting to develop this new island. But if we look at this move, from here to here, we are dropping lower. Even from here to here, we're dropping lower, right? So we don't go over data. I'm just going to anchor there. But if we do go for the highest point here to this point here, we're looking at some strong bullish. And strong bullish should be getting us to where we start to look for some kind of relief coming in. And again, all drops have reliefs, right? That we need to blow off pressure. Otherwise, we get the opposite of what happens, right? When we pump insanely high. So remember, when we pump insanely high, insanely fast, we do get those massive crashes. Now, if we do get massive crashes without reliefs, right? Without reliefs on the way down, right? That massive crash just reverts and goes back up again, right? Because that, you know, that's how it rolls. That's how the market rolls, man. Why does it roll like that? A lot of theories as to why it rolls like that. We go here on the weekly, man. Zoom out, auto. Let's get into log scale. Right, look at that. Pump went insanely high, insanely fast, and then we drop slowly, right? And we went insanely high, insanely fast here, particularly picking up speed towards the end, and then we just drop, right, slowly, but with some recoveries on the way. We haven't gotten a drop that just goes the inverse of this, right? Where we go like really fast, the opposite, right? Where we are curving something like this, like we're going like right? Because then that would bring another move like that, right? That another wave that will counter this on a quick motion, right? But when unfortunately in crypto, when we go up, we just go up like crazy, and we get those slow moves down, then we go up like crazy, and then we get those slow moves down, then we go up like crazy, right? Again, if we were going up slowly, right, like we're going down here, where this is a little bit more steep, and then it just goes up, and then we move down. Those movements down are not going to be as violent. That's what we get here, right? Which are kind of violent, particularly some days like here. But again, this is just all on the motion, right? Delete your shorts, yeah. Shorting LQ, yeah. Yeah, I think everything, this is not looking good in general. Look at Bitcoin. Since we started the stream, 25,000, we called it. We said we were looking for that target. We are at the 25Ks. And Ethereum, that means it's dropping probably. Yeah, dude, Ethereum not doing super hot. We don't want to drop 25K. Or we do want to at least try to hold these levels. Reason for that is we drop these levels, man, shit starts to get real in crypto. And things stop being fun, right? Then we start talking about, 21Ks. Right, look, we were at this area before, right? When we hit it on that drop. It just could be that we we're gonna close this, liquidity pool, whatever you want to call it, if you go with market maker theory. Tino talks a lot about that, so we could be closing this vector candle. And now we could be looking for a bounce right now that this is closing. And again, that puts us very, very close to 24,900. So Traders Reality usually talks about that stuff. I don't do that kind of trading. That's fine. That's his style. But we could be closing this candle and then look for a recovery, sort of. I would not be weirded out if we see 25K right on the dot, or 40. What is this? 24,836, right? If we drop those levels, man, yeah, 21K. 21K becomes a real target, man, and all of a sudden we're not doing super hot, but we have 21K here on the white. Again, this one's will be tested. We have not gotten a lot of history at these levels. Remember, right? Crypto in general doesn't have a lot of history at these levels. Look, right? Look at how much history we have here. Jack. It's very quick drop from 30,000 all the way down to 23. And then here, there's maybe some hope on the shorter time scales, but you can tell here that there's really not a lot of trading that happened here on the daily, right? All this is probably from the 4 hour and the 1 hour. It's a quick move up. And then after that, 25, 24, we're looking at 19,500. That's the biggest area, right? So big area in the blue. So that'll be where we came up here, rejected, came up here again, rejected, and finally broke through that area. So if that is the case, and we do take a drop, again, we're looking at around 20, 25-ish, 23s, and then, 19s. So 21, I think that's where we're going to try to bounce and bottom out at, but, 19 is going to be in a good area that we could be aiming for. All right. With all that said, guys, thank you very much for watching again. I'm going to have to call it a stream for tonight again. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit the like, the bell, and the sub. You join us on the Discord. Links have gone out. Remember that all the information that we provide here is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please don't trade based on what you see here. We are just discussing ideas. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. On that note, thank you for watching. I'll be here again tomorrow for another edition of So Crypto. Hopefully, it just depends on how the week goes, but I should be here tomorrow for another edition of So Crypto. Stay safe, be smart with your money, invest wisely, control risk. That's about what preservation is about and what good trading is about, risk management. So manage risk, and I'll catch you again hopefully tomorrow for another edition of So Crypto. Until then.